Here's something to help make sure everybody else at the pool does not hate you. A bunch of etiquette experts came up with a list of the rudest things people do at pools. These are the rudest things people do at pools. What's number one?
Pee in it.
Using the pool as a toilet.
Who are you people?
that is number one.
Rude is too easy, too kind of a word. There must be a better word. Peeing in a pool is not rude. It's absurd. It's ridiculous.
It's gross.
It is. I mean,
you know what I like to do? I like to if I'm at the pool, like a public pool, I like to scan to see who's got the I'm peeing face. It's usually somebody who's very active, like in the pool, and then all of a sudden stops. Rafe's got the face right now.
Peeing in a public pool as an adult is not rude. It is soulless.
Yeah.
Peeing in my pool, man?
Huh?
There's probably a fetish for that, though.
What?
Yeah, like they're like, oh,
You guys have never
ruin
done it?
everybody's
You've
day.
never peed in a pool?
I've never peed in a pool.
Your whole life?
I mean, maybe I did when I was a baby and I don't remember, but as a conscious
I
adult,
have peed
I've
in the
never
pool.
peed in
Of
the pool.
course, yeah, of course.
I'm not proud of it.
Thank you.
But it's probably been decades.
Well, good. But I'm just glad that somebody will admit it in this room.
Yo, our kids,
very big of
I
you.
gotta admit, like, they surprised me. Because when I was a kid, I remember, like, I mean, you know, you do whatever.
Me too.
But my kids are like, they'll be in the middle of a volleyball game or something, pop up.
My kids too,
What's
and I'm
wrong?
so
Like,
proud
I'll go
of
to the
them. I'm
bathroom,
so
like,
proud of them.
Oh my gosh, I love this kid.
I was the fear
I'm
of,
so proud of them
The
for
fear
that.
of God was in me as a child. If you pee in this pool, it'll be purple.
Yeah, that's
Which is
all
not
fake.
true.
Which is not true, but that was told, and so never did it. Just like had that.
Yeah.
Do we have the technology for that?
I would
No.
hope so.
You don't.
Even if we had the technology, nobody's spending that money. Do you know how many? I'm already spending money on all these.
That's what the
chemicals and
chlorine's for,
chemicals.
dude. They've just accepted
That people are going to do that?
people are peeing in the pool. There's a sketch group called Dress Up Gang, and they have a great sketch where it's like Frankie pees in the pool, and this guy's just in there, and he's like, "Hey, Frank, you haven't gotten out of the pool in like a couple hours, man." He goes, "Yeah, I'm having a good time." He's like, "You've drank like 14 Coronas," and he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You peeing in my pool, Frank?" He's like, "No, homeboy, I got a huge bladder." And he just like chugs a 40 right in front of the guy. And he's just furious because he won't get out of the pool. And it just becomes like a long standoff.
Yeah, next time you're at a public pool, just scan. If there's a few people there, just scan to see who's got the pee face. Usually standing up against a wall, or they all of a sudden stop swimming and then just standing looking I don't know, like they're reflecting on something. Maybe a little smirk on like the corners of their mouths are just turned up a little bit, smiling, just a little smirk.
Baseline smirk.
No, and they're doing something naughty. And what do they say? If you go to a pool and you really get a real chlorine smell, that means the water's pretty much half urine.
Yeah, I've heard that. It's the smell. It's the
And when your eyes are red.
Yeah, that it's the byproduct of chlorine mixing with urine.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's
Yeah.
true.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Super gross.
Those of us that
All
own
around.
pools try not to think about these things.
Like the more and more I get down into this topic, the more I'm like, I'm done with lakes. I'm done swimming in the ocean.
Whoa,
It's
whoa.
all gross, man. We are just swimming in our
The
own
older I
pool.
get, I just don't want to. The less wet I want to get.
Do you think fish don't poop?
Yeah,
Like, what do you guys think?
You don't think there's bodies at the bottom of the lake?
Lakes, rivers, and oceans. Like, I feel more comfortable there than I do pools.
No. I go to the Huzzah in the middle of summertime. Like, I'm thinking about when I was 25 years old, you go on a 6-mile float trip, and you are literally all of the bacteria and waste of the people who are in front of you is coming back to you or
Okay,
whatever.
so think about this.
Yeah.
Think about how many dead bodies there are in the ocean.
That's what I think about all the time.
So somewhere, and this was one of our shower
You
thoughts.
talking about humans or are you talking about anything?
Anything. There's
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm
billions upon
talking
billions
humans.
upon billions upon
Humans.
billions.
How many dead humans are in our oceans?
Right.
Okay, so you're going to swim in the Atlantic.
the people
There-
of the Titanic.
There is a certain water to body ratio that we are comfortable with.
Dude.
Well, that's Earth, man. I mean, we're breathing,
Okay, but
we're
if I
breathing-
threw a body in your pool, nobody's getting in.
Right.
Not for a day or two.
But there are millions of bodies probably in the ocean.
Right. People that have gone
And
missing
that's okay.
for
And
years.
the
that we don't know where they are.
The Earth has this spectacular way of, like, cleaning itself and sustaining life. Like, come on, you guys are thinking of.
It's like a body floating in Moon's pool, and he's just like, "You peeing in my pool, man? Hey, you got bigger problems, dude. This guy's dead. Don't worry about him. That's Earth. Are you peeing in my pool?"
But you know what I'm saying? Though? There is a certain water to dead body ratio that we as humans are comfortable with.
Right.
Don't bother me.
I'm not comfortable anymore. I'm just not. And like the more we start ruining like clean pools, I'm just gonna be a land animal from now on.
Once or twice a year, we
Can't
get a
deal
story
with
about
it.
a brain amoeba.
Yeah, but you're dealing with the same stuff in the air.
Oh, dude, my mother-in-law lost her hearing going to a lake, jumped in, came back into the boat. She has to wear a hearing aid. This has been 6 years going on that.
What happened?
Because there was a bacteria that got in there and eroded her, like the mechanism to hear, which is crazy.
What was this?
That it was either Lake of the Ozarks or what's the other lake that's near Lake of the Ozarks by Branson?
Table Rock.
Table Rock. We go to both lakes and I get them mixed up all the time. We went there one year, and I mean, seriously, gets back in the boat, can't hear. Oh, that's just water in my ear.
Sounds like
Hasn't
an
heard for
Ozark.
six
problem.
years.
It sounds
So-
like a
Trying to
party.
guess.
This sounds like a party cove.
Yeah.
I'm
Experience.
just saying, and that of course doesn't happen all the time, and many people jump in the lake.
What if
and
they
it's
pull out a
fine.
used condom? They're like, this was the problem.
This is it.
Party cove. Yep, party cove.
I could hear.
I will be in a lake for hours a day, for many days this coming summer.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. Actually, it's an actual river. A big, dirty, can't see through it river. And I love every second of it.
Dude, I've loved it my whole life too. But now when you start thinking about how many bodies are weighted down because
That's okay. It's all moving. As long as it's moving.
I mean, no.
As long as it's moving, brother,
Dude,
the
you guys
earth
have
does
been
its
on-
thing.
You've
And
been
I
on a
trust it.
float trip. Just a bunch of drunk hillbillies in inner tubes pounding Bud Lights all day long. No one's getting out.
Peeing through the inner tube.
They're just peeing in the inner tube, and it's floating. You're floating right through it,
Yeah.
right
Oh,
after.
yeah.
It's happening all
mean, I've
day,
done it.
every day on
Yeah.
all these float trips. So,
Yeah, we kind of accept it.
okay.
And that's part of the deal. Like when
Yeah.
you go on a float trip, that's part of the deal.
yeah,
Right.
that's how I feel about pools. I don't live in any dream world where I think everyone's getting out of the pool to pee. You guys are living in a fantasy land.
No, I agree with
You guys are you're in Narnia right now, dude.
Yeah, I'm fine with bodies in the
This is the
ocean.
never-ending story for you. If you guys think that when you get in the pool, like, oh, I'm so proud of my kids, they get out of the pool every 3 or 4 times a day.
Okay, you're right. I want to think my kids get out of the pool every time. All right. Sometimes, hey, Moon and I are in
I bet
fantasy land.
you don't.
Hey, we're in fantasy land.
Yeah, I bet you're about 4 bourbons in. You're like, I got out the first 2 times.
When we
Once
wanna-
it starts moving through you, the booze is doing the thinking for you.
Okay, so Moon was on a Disney cruise. So
Okay,
you
you
know.
deflected and ignored that.
No.
entire-
I'm gonna.
Retort.
No, not a retort. There's a story to go on top of the peeing in the pool. thing.
Okay.
So if you go on a Disney cruise, there's the big main pool, and then there's the little kiddie pool.
Oh, yeah. Well, nobody. I mean, now you're.
And my daughter
These are-
was 2 years old at the time, and it's like you go in like maybe it's up to your knee for an adult. That thing is 75% urine.
Oh, dude. yes.
It is at least 75 to 80%
You got kids in
urine.
there with diapers. I mean,
Be
like,
our guest.
Athlete-
Be our guest. Do not run a urine test.
you know exactly what you're getting. You don't,
Disgusting.
You don't do those kind of.
You know what's even worse? You go to Vegas and you go to some of these rooftop pool parties. That is where every STD,
Oh, yeah.
urine, nobody's getting, and it's all
Drunken people.
adults.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Some
You know?
some guys and gals didn't shower after last night.
Right.
Like. Pff,
Oh yeah.
So
I've
much
showered-
bodily
y'all are
fluid
nasty.
in there.
Y'all are nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it helps your body like have resistance to things because you're exposing yourself to all this nastiness. That's a positive.
If you go to an all-inclusive resort with a swim-up bar, oh, definitely people have peed in that pool.
For
if you're
sure, dude.
straddling that bar stool.
The concrete bar stool.
Sure.
That's so funny you said that, man. When we were in Mexico, there was a swim up bar, and I don't think I'd ever necessarily done a swim up bar. So I'm going.
It's
up,
awesome.
Going up, and I'm getting the group stuff. You know, and I intentionally, when I came back, had my back to it because I did not want to see how long this one guy stayed there, thinking, oh, he's sitting on a stool peeing in this pool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure he's been there for at least 2 orders. It has not moved.
Dude.
100%.
Easy. It's happening, bro.
It's happening.
I mean,
okay.
cruise ship is basically just a big floating piss barge, if you think about it. Just moving piss around the ocean. That's all it is. It's a good time, but it's what hillbillies think rich people do, is go on cruises. And I'm guilty. I'm going on one next year.
You are?
Cruises are great, dude.
I'm performing.
They're great.
At least we have a private pool.
We're talking
so
about
at least I know the people peeing in my pool.
We're talking about maybe going on one over New Year's.
Get out, man.
Yeah,
That's
possibility.
great.
All right. Rude thing you do at the pool. Thing number 2, bring glassware.
Yeah.
Stick with the plastic cups
No
or
glass.
metal water bottles. Breaking a glass at a public pool is not a good look, or anybody's pool. Number 3, hogging the lounge chairs. If you want to show up early to get the best spot, that's fine. Just don't use towels, books, and bags to hold your spot and then disappear until 2 p.m.
That was the move at Mexico.
That was when we go to resorts, that's the move.
As soon as the sun's up, people are coming out there dropping
We
their
do
crap.
that, and we're guilty
They
of that.
didn't come back till 1 or 2.
And we're guilty. We'll come back after breakfast.
They came back after lunch. And it was like, okay, well, I guess this is the move. So then we did it the second day.
Because if you go to one of those resorts and you want a front row beach chair.
Yeah.
And we didn't even get that.
So, my wife and I will get up when the sun comes up and just run down, throw, a couple towels on the chairs and go to breakfast and come back. Letting your kids run wild. Let them have fun is one thing, but, just be willing to rein it in if you need to. Including kids who run around the pool. Oh, it's my favorite. That's my favorite. I love sitting back on that lounge chair, which I reserved for myself, and it's going, that kid's going to fall eventually. And when they do, and the textured, especially a public pool, the textured
Concrete,
so
Yes.
you don't slip. Ooh, when they fall, and they
Skin
fall
knees.
good.
You're so mean.
You see this email?
What?
Dude used to work with chlorine, like a place that refines chlorine. He said, I used to be much more on the team peeing in pools is gross, but after seeing and feeling what chlorine can do, I no longer have any concern about people peeing in pools. Chlorine is fine on your skin or whatever, but as soon as it comes into contact with water, it reacts, and boy, oh boy, is it strong. I got a lot of work clothes completely bleached from working around it, and it'll eat through leather boots with enough exposure. Saying that, he's basically saying chlorine is so intense.
It's killing everything?
Yeah, you got
This away. Swing away.
Swing away, Merle.
Yeah, this is coming from Big Chlorine, by the way. So
But you're right.
he's working for Big
Yeah.
Chlorine.
He's angling.
Who's signing his paychecks? Chlorine.
What's your angle here?
Topless tanning is rude. We're not judging, but parents might if you undo your top at a public pool or kid-friendly resort. Even if you're laying face down, you'll get some looks.
Please. You're laying face down, so you're not showing anything. You're just not wanting to have that line across your back.
But man, as a 13, 14-year-old little side boob, all
Right.
good.
Yeah.
All good.
Wendy Peppercorn.
Right? All good.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yes. I
excessive-
wonder who wrote that.
Excessive splashing, including cannonballs. Again, this is usually about keeping kids in check or husbands.
Husbands. Hey, get in the pool. Splashing you as you're just trying to sunbathe. When'd you get in the pool? Splashing. Drives me nuts.
Yeah, adults splashing adults that's a pet peeve. That's a
What are we doing here?
If we were just walking, would you just throw water on me at any
Right.
other point? Like
You're already wet.
I understand I'm in a pool, but I'm in a pool to the degree in which I would like to be in a pool.
Yeah, I go from 0 to 60 real fast with rage. You start splashing
Yeah,
me.
I-
I jump in and get nuts.
I'm just like, I can't believe you're this type of person. Who thinks that this is acceptable?
I tell you what, back in the day, throwing somebody in a pool
Yeah.
would be an acceptable kind of prank. I mean, you'd piss the person off, but usually laugh it off. Now you have like $1,000 worth of electronics in your pocket at all
Right.
given,
Yeah,
at any
man.
given time.
I have a recurring dream about that. That I like get pushed or fall into a pool with my phone in my pocket and it just ruins my day.
Yeah, that's more than a day ruiner.
Yeah.
Yeah, back when you were younger, we didn't have the cell phones and stuff like that.
That's assault, brother.
Now you have damn near $1,000, if not more, worth of equipment in your pocket.
Dream about being pushed into a swimming pool is an evidence for purification. You're experiencing a closer connection to a person. You've decided on your own path in life. The dream is a clue for an image that you want to portray. You would want to squash something or somebody.
Wait, say that again?
What the hell does that mean?
Anytime you dream about water, it's about purity. And so
Well, I'm falling in a piss
whoever,
pool, but go
whoever,
ahead.
whoever is pushing you in the pool, if you know who that is, you want to be closer to that person. And there's some sort of image that you're wanting to portray to that person. Follow me for more
What's
dream
the
tips.
phone mean?
The phone?
The phone in my pocket.
That's probably just something you care deeply about that has all your info.
Right.
So that's just even deeper.
You ever have somebody push you in a pool?
Oh,
course.
yeah.
Yeah, it's happened. Ha ha ha
That was great.
ha. Cool. Wet sneakers. Awesome.
Great. Wet for the rest of the party. Thanks a
Yeah,
lot.
you're a hero now. That's so funny.
I remember when I was I think in high school, somebody picked me up. I was 105 pounds. One of the bigger kids picked me up, throw me in the pool. Missed. Missed.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah.
What'd you hit?
I hit the side of the pool first and then rolled in.
That's the worst.
So you still got wet?
Still got wet and a concussion.
Yeah, you got your ass kicked at the same time.
I always hated being in the pool, and then all my older cousins would always want to drown me. So they'd like push me underwater.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
it's a rite of passage for getting bullied by your siblings and cousins and whatnot, but
I had a buddy that
hated it.
I had a buddy that had an above ground pool, and you got a couple buddies in there. You do the whirlpool.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those? Yeah,
That
it's
was
fun.
awesome.
Everybody going in the same direction.
And you stop and you just are like floating ducks or whatever.
I'm the dad now, though, when the kids start like the wave pool stuff, I'm like, hey.
Hey.
We're losing water here.
Yeah, that's what. And then Chris's dad would yell, "Keep the water in the pool! What are you doing?"
It's costing me money. Guys, you see this?
I got a tweet from a float trip scientist.
Oh, boy.
Real weird stance to take. He said, on a float trip, the pee and whatnot is going downriver with you. You aren't floating, quote, into bodily fluids from in front of you, dude. Cool, man. First of all, what does whatnot mean? Are you pooping in the river? What's going on your float trips?
Maybe it's not in front of you, but it's behind you. The people behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
Cool. So either way, do you think your pee floats at exactly the same rate as you in the water? Like fluid on fluid?
Never.
Doesn't
What
get
if you
mixed into
stop?
the river water?
I mean, that means in his mind, I guess you're constantly in motion.
Well, he's saying the river's moving it forward so you don't float into anyone. I'm like, okay, well, what about the people in front of you? It's moving. You're floating through piss. That's the point of the story, dude. You're really burying the lead of the story with your river science there,
Wanting to get the direction,
pal.
the current done.
Yeah,
I get it. All right.
Parts per million. Parts per
Exactly,
million.
man. And yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Think about
PPM,
that,
baby.
Man, I'm not worried about it.
PPM.
That's why the Ozarks is gross to me. Is I'm like, that's a huge lake. I rented a pontoon, and it would be very easy to get lost on that lake. There's a lot of fingers. There's a lot of.
Oh yeah.
They don't have like porta potties sitting on the bank for you to like tie up to. Like, you know how many people are on those party barges, drinking, smoking, snorting, doing whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to dump out. There's no bathroom on those boats.
Yeah, the lake is the toilet.
Hey, do you remember
The lake is the toilet. You're going in, you're dropping pants, and you're dropping one right there in the lake, and you're swimming away from it.
Yeah, when I'm at the lake and I'm driving the kids and I stop the boat and I tell them they can swim and then I swim far away from the boat.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what I'm doing.
What's Dad doing? Yeah.
He's peeing or pooping.
Everybody knows. I'm not pooping. I
Remember
don't
the
poop in
story
lake.
from a couple years ago? I think it was on the Who's
I think people do poop in that lake, though.
Oh yeah. Well,
A
so
lot
do
of
all the
people
fish.
poop in that lake, dude.
Remember a couple years ago? I think it was on the Who's people getting off their rafts and going onto somebody's property and just
Oh,
peeing.
yeah.
Guy shot somebody.
Yeah, I remember that. Scared me.
Like, so they'd get out of the, drunk and get out. And it was along the shoreline, too. Like,
Right.
this guy had, like, his property went up to the lake or up to the river. And he shot somebody
Right.
who went to relieve themselves.
And I think he was in the right because they were trespassing.
I don't know how
I mean, not in the
wound
right
up.
to shoot somebody, but
There's no easement between the lake or the river and his property.
Sometimes. Depends on the river.
I think it was the Who's. It was a popular area for floating. All right, another faux pas at the pool this summer, blasting music. That is annoying. Don't assume everyone wants to listen to what you're listening to. Unless it's a private pool, of course, but
Yeah.
use headphones. Come on. Going inside barefoot. That one's mainly for resorts and hotels. If you're heading inside, towel off, put some damn shoes on. Jumping in the pool when you're super sweaty or gross in any fashion.
I agree there.
Now, you're supposed to shower off. Like, you're supposed to rinse yourself off before you get into a public pool.
Nobody does that.
Nobody does
Dude,
that. Nobody does that.
Well, we used to do that because you had to go through the showers. Back in the old days, remember like White Cliff and Kirkwood and all that? Like, you had to go through the showers. So you got to go through that room, shower off. than get in the pool. The worst is when you're at a resort or something and you're chilling and you see this guy who you've been watching run laps down the beach for however long, for an hour. This guy is glistening. I can see him coming. He looks like he's wearing diamonds. Just, just beads of sweat everywhere. And then, he went running in his swim trunks because he's just going to jump in the pool afterwards. That's the nastiest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, and there's like a slick, like the it looks like the Exxon Valdez.
Yeah, it just goes in. You're like,
what is that?
time to get out. So gross, dude.
I think Deepwater Horizon is uncapped again. There's like a slick of oil, whatever products you have on your body, sunscreen. Ugh.
Somebody emailed in and said they were at a resort and a drunk guy peed in the pool and it turned blue. And they actually saw it happen. And I'm like, I'm going to call BS on that. I don't think that's true. I don't
that was
think
an old wives' tale.
He probably was
I think it's a wives' tale. Somebody look it up. I want to know do they actually have the technology to make your urine change? I owe you an apology if that comes up that I'm wrong. But I feel like I've heard about it.
We've heard about it since we were little kids.
And never actually seen it.
And I believe we would have the technology for it.
He said security escorted this man out of the pool for peeing in the pool.
He probably whizzed and then had one of those electric Smurf drinks and poured it down his chest, and then that's what turned it blue.
Or he was standing poolside peeing into the pool.
It could be
a little more obvious what he was up to.
And then the big faux pas at the at the pool this summer, number 10 here on this list, is showing up with a contagious condition, of course, like a rash or foot fungus.
Or the new ringworm that's coming out.
The new ringworm. Don't assume the chlorine's going to keep it from spreading. They also say people might not love if you go swimming with an obvious open wound.
The new ringworm strain that everybody's going to get because nobody's going to be protective against it. Just get ready. July at the public pool you're going to, Riz, just polka dot people, just everywhere. Prepare yourself. Love you, brother.
You think? I'm going to be on high alert.
Yeah, we all should be, right? But everybody's going to get it.
So when I go to this pool, 9 times out of 10, I'm not getting in the water. I'm going to sit in the lounge chair. I'll watch, I'll be there with the kids.
Ugh. It's so hot, dude.
There's a couple shady spots.
You're so tan.
All right.
I don't mind having my shirt off, putting some tunes on.
When I
being outside,
when
I
I
don't care
show
about
up
that.
at the pool and you're there, do you want me to say hi to you, or would you like me to ignore you?
No, I
'Cause I'm
would
fine.
like you to ignore me.
Okay.
Thank you.
I just want to get our rapport down.
Yeah, it's because it's probably going to happen now, and
I'm sorry.
I
Do you
would
want
like
Tim
it
to talk to you?
Yeah, Tim could talk
okay.
to me.
All right. Just want to get the boundaries.
Yeah.
The boundaries.
It's like,
When his
I don't
nipples-
want to see you outside of work, honestly.
When his nipples are out, he
Yeah.
prefers to only speak to
I don't
men.
want to see your nipples, to be honest.
Well, it's going to happen. And by the way, they're all over the internet, so you can also check out my OnlyFans.
Nice. It's just your nipple tat in your OnlyFans.
My nipple tat. Just be careful out there, guys, okay?